Hey, good morning, my friends. MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa here. Welcome to the MLive Morning Weather Update. Hey, sign up for our Michigan Weather Insider text group. Free 14-day trial, $1.99 a month after that, as we have a storm to go play-by-play with on the way. A couple things here first. Who's ready to talk some weather? This is my fantasy, talking about weather. First off, big storm heading toward Michigan. Historic snowstorm? No. Historic snowstorms hit the entire state with very heavy snowfall, last 2 or 3 days. This is, maybe a snowstorm that some parts of the state haven't had this size in a year or two. So, a decent sized snowstorm. And I want to talk one more thing straight to you. Do you live in Detroit area? Do you live in Ann Arbor? Do you live in Flint or the Thumb or Saginaw? I want to talk to you. You are likely going to have a changeover to rain in the middle of the night Friday night. So as we talk about this whole big snowstorm thing, when you wake up Saturday morning, those of you, if you don't hear my message, you're going to say, wow, they really blew that one. No, in the forecast from here on out. And that also brings us to the most important thing about the storm system is trying to pin down that rain to snow line. I'm saying it comes up to Saginaw, comes up to Flint. Probably Lansing, Kalamazoo, maybe not. Grand Rapids, maybe not. Okay, that's going to be the deal. But just so at the outset, we are clear. Ann Arbor, Detroit area, Flint, Saginaw, the Thumb. You might wake up Saturday morning with a couple of wet inches of snow, and then we all turn back to some pretty nasty snow on the way. All right. I got it out. Here, let's go. Okay, so a couple of things. Snow winding down. Hey, I got to say hi to some friends. First off, good morning, TJ Brewer. Good morning, Wayne Lynch. Good morning, Pumpkin Shannanaquat. Okay. Cool name, but I probably didn't do it right. Susan Moore, I already talked to you in Ann Arbor, remember. You might get some mix. So snow is winding down this morning. And then we look at the satellite picture, and there's the next doozy. Actually, 2 of them. Okay, so I don't want to forget about tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow is a slick day with 1 to 3 inches of snowfall. That's out in the Dakotas and Nebraska right now, coming across. But the main storm out in the northwest and the northern Rockies, and that is heading our way. So let's look at the models, and what I can tell you right now, I've been up at it. I woke up at 4:30 this morning staring at the ceiling. I better go check the data and get something going. So I do have a post on MLive. I'm calling it the 7 things we know now. And I'm going to share those with you. Hey, we got 1,000 folks on here with us. Please hit the share button. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. If this is your first time joining us, this is how we do the weather in the morning. Sometimes it's long, sometimes I rant, but you get a whole lot of weather for a price of. So, and please, if this is your first time finding us on Facebook, also go to MLive's weather page and read the posts there. So let's get back to the models and show you what is going to more than likely occur. Okay, so first thing I will tell you is that both models look very similar except for the rain snow line being, maybe 10, 20 miles off. So a big difference for a few spots. Today's snow comes to an end, and pretty good travel conditions by later this afternoon. Here is a little weather system for tomorrow. This is not the main storm. Okay, so this is tomorrow afternoon and morning and afternoon, 1 to 2 inches, most places, maybe a third inch. But plan on 1 or 2 inches and some slick driving. Okay. Merle Allman needs a miracle. Sounds like I could use one too. I don't know what it is, but I'll take one if you're having one, just as long as it's cold. All right, Friday morning, 7 a.m. Okay to drive, okay to fly out, get that flight out to, hey, good morning, Scott Johnson. Get that flight out to the Caribbean or something like that. Perfect timing, Friday morning early, hopefully. 11 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock in the morning there. Snow starting. Southwest quarter, west central. 1 in the afternoon. 3 in the afternoon. 7 at night. So it's a Friday afternoon start. Friday evening picks up. And at that point, it would be heavy at some point through southern half of Michigan, all of Michigan getting some snow. Notice the rain-snow line, Detroit, Ann Arbor, down to Jackson. We go through the night. The low-pressure center tracks to Saginaw Bay. Remember, to stay all snow, you have to be north and west of the low-pressure center. Hey, good morning, everybody. 1,600 of us. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. So this is the middle of the night, Friday night. That's why I say rain comes up to Saginaw maybe. Rain comes up to Bay City, maybe Midland, maybe Lansing, Flint, Ann Arbor, Detroit, the thumb. While it stays snow in Grand Rapids, and it stays snow in Mount Pleasant, and it stays snow in northeastern lower Michigan. But the difference is this one has a little more meat behind it. So by Saturday morning, we're over to all snow everywhere, and it's snowing. You know, the heaviest is over, but this is all day Saturday. Snow continues, and then the lake effect starts to develop. So here's the U.S. model. Hey, howdy, Nancy Turmel from Essexville. Peggy Holcomb, thanks for watching. And Jeremy Weaver. Okay, now the U.S. model. I just showed you the European. So this is Friday evening. U.S. model looks very same, right? I have the isobars on here. What does that mean? For every line you see on there, every blue line, that's an isobar. My rule of thumb is 5 miles an hour of wind gust. So, you know, we'll go to Saturday morning and count it. But notice the storm center, very strong. This one, a little bit colder. Nikki Thalen, your husband might be back at home at 7:30 Saturday. I am guessing that would be ground zero for flight effect time, okay? So have him move it up or go get some more food because he's in a 3-day snuggle up with you for a while. This is Saturday morning on the U.S. model. It's a little colder. It, you know, in the middle of the night, Friday night, it brings the rain up to about Flint and quickly turns it back to snow. So that's the detail that we will be fine-tuning. Thanks for joining me. I am MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. You can now sign up for our Michigan Weather Insider text group. Keep you some play-by-play, and definitely check out mliveweather.com. So this is Saturday morning. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 5, 40, and that's why we do believe that there will be 35, 40 mile-an-hour gusts Saturday morning. This is late Saturday morning. This is Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. So Saturday, a pretty lousy to very bad day to travel. Sunday morning, lake effect. Colder air coming in, lake effect bands. We haven't seen that yet this year. Let's let's see. Joe Stockwell, do you think the roads will be okay? Travel from Port Huron to Saginaw Sunday. They will be great, that's for sure, because it will be cold and there will be lake effect snow showers and still wind. So I would say no, it wouldn't be good. We go into Monday, we're into lake effect again. So once this transitions to a lake effect, we may have 2 or 3 days of solid lake effect on the west side of the state. Okay, now I know what you all want, and I get it. I understand. I wrote about this also in my post. You want to know the snow totals. Too early just yet, but let's look at a probable amount of snowfall, okay? And what this shows you here, this map is showing you the chance of 8 inches of snow, and that orange is an 80% chance of 8 inches of snow or more. And then the blues are a 70% chance. So in other words, a large swath across Lower Michigan from southwest to northeast has a chance, a fairly high chance of 8 or more inches of snow. I would call this a 6 to 10 inch snowfall just because of the mix coming in there. And in the southeast, I'd call it a 3 to 6 inch snowfall because the mix, and then back to a few inches of snow. And then finally, we got to tell you that the Arctic air will be amongst us for probably all of next week, I'm going to say. Today, highs in the low 30s in the south should help the roads. Low 30s tomorrow. Friday, look at Friday. Because of the storm coming up into the Saginaw area, we see the temperatures come to the upper 30s to 40. But that could be a midnight temperature. So you could have some incredible, surprising temperature for you, but not now, because I've told you that. Saturday, the colder air starts to come in, and then look at Sunday. I'm calling for a 3-day snuggle up after. Sunday, temperatures in the teens, and Monday in the teens, and Tuesday in the teens, maybe some single digits, maybe a little bit overdone on the cold air. This model tends to do it, but you get the point that Wednesday is very cold, and Thursday and Friday are very cold. Historic cold, no, but the kind of cold that we see for a week often around Michigan. All right, so there it is, the MLive morning weather update. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Thanks for joining me. Keep checking the site because I will keep you updated. Now it's play-by-play and figuring out where the track of the center of the storm goes, and then we peg all of the snow and all of the rain bands to the location of the storm center. Storm center right now tracking from somewhere in Illinois to about Saginaw Bay, and that's why Saginaw Bay City southeastward is in the mix. North and west, you're probably in some blizzard conditions at some point Saturday morning. Hey, thanks for joining me. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Take care.